Hey guys! So today we're going to talk about the 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans that were found, quote, frozen to death in some guy's backyard. Let's go. Hey guys! Okay, so today we're going to talk about the 3 fans that were found frozen in some guy's backyard in Kansas City, Missouri. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, all that stuff is free. I don't look good, but I'm just trying to get this out quick, so pay no mind to the hair and shit. So, okay, so Ricky Johnson, Clayton McGeeney, and David Harrington. That's who we're going to talk about, okay? If you're a fake psychic, get off my channel. If you're real, then you're welcome. All right, guys, here we go. January 9th, 2024. Wait, time out. Go Chiefs! Yeah, they beat the Bills, you guys. Let's go. Playing Baltimore this next Sunday. I have to admit, I'm a little afraid, but that's okay. Go Chiefs. Okay. So let me start by saying, no. Let me just read. How about that? January 9th of 2024 at 9:51 p.m., Ricky Johnson, Clayton McGeeney, and David Harrington's bodies were found. They had gathered at a friend's house. I believe his name was Jordan Willis, in Kansas City, Missouri, to watch the Chiefs play the LA Chargers on the night of January 7th. They were found in the friend's backyard in the 5200 block of Northwest 83rd Terrace in Kansas City. One body was found on the back porch, while the other 2 bodies were found in the backyard. The men apparently froze to death. Family and friends of the 3 football fans have taken to social media begging for answers. Allegedly, they claim that they sent numerous messages to the homeowner in the days before the police were called. Quote, "This man was inside his home alive while my friends were dead in his yard for Lord knows how long," Kaylee Latier wrote in a Facebook post. Quote, "They were all hanging out since after the game Sunday. He knew people were looking for them. He read messages of people searching for him on Tuesday." Close quote. I'm not sure who him is. It may be her fiance. My husband banged on, maybe just her husband's friend or her friend. My husband banged on the door for 20 minutes, Latier said. My friend banged on his door and then busted a window and yelled and announced her presence while she was inside, and still nothing from him. Then the cops come 10 minutes later, and he comes out all nonchalant in his boxers with an empty wine glass in his hand. Nothing is adding up. Dave, Clay, and Ricky need and deserve justice. Poor Miss Latier. Jeez. John Paserno, an attorney representing the homeowner, said his client had no idea his friends were dead until police knocked on his door. Quote, "He had no knowledge that they had remained in his backyard or that they needed medical attention." Moreover, the attorney claims his client did not hear 2 people that came looking for the men at his house. He was allegedly sleeping with headphones and a loud fan. Although the attorney acknowledged that one of the men's wives contacted his client on Facebook Messenger, he said the homeowner did not see the message until after the police contact was made. Although 2 of his friend's cars were parked on the street outside of his house, Paserno said, quote, "It would not be unusual for his friends to have left their cars there overnight," close quote. Okay, first of all, it wasn't overnight. It was 2 damn days later, and the cars were still there. Okay. Quote, "The homeowner is unaware of how his friends died. Like the rest of us, he's anxiously awaiting the results of the autopsy and toxicology results. On behalf of the homeowner and his family, we wish to express our deepest sympathies to the friends and family members of these young men. Our thoughts and prayers are with them." Close quote. One of the young men, Johnson's mother, Norma Chester, said the man who lived at the house should at the very least be investigated, but told News Nation that she feels the police aren't doing anything to advance the case. His brother, Jonathan Price, said, quote, "There are many things that don't add up." Although Johnson, Harrington, and McGeeney had been inseparable, Price said he did not know the person whose house they were found at. Quote, "I don't like to speculate very much," Price said, "but my brother was a smart man, and there's no way he would just freeze to death. Freezing to death is not a cause of death that I would accept." Close quote. Harrington's mother, Jennifer Marquise, said she's furious. Quote, "Nobody believes this story. None of his friends, none of his families, none of us believe it," Marquise said. Here's another quote, you guys. I wanted to add this in because I saw it like after the fact, so I thought I'd just add it in. So John Paserno, the homeowner's attorney, which, quote, they were in the backyard. He doesn't use that particular door. He goes out the front. And so he had no knowledge that they were out there until, Tuesday when he was told they were out there. Attorney John Paserno told News Nation. You guys, there are so many things wrong with this. So freaking many things wrong with this, okay? So let me just start by saying a good friend texted me and said, hey, did you hear about this story in Kansas City? And I said, well, yeah, I heard something about it. And she said, well, have they tried to contact you? Because, they're your people, Oh, gosh, sorry. Chiefs fans. I said, well, no, they haven't. So, woke up this morning, shitty morning, blood pressure dropped out. I was feeling terrible. Started to kind of feel better. Hubby went to eat lunch with our son. He was at work, so hubby met him at work. And I was trying to jump in the shower, and I felt like somebody was trying to come through. So, sure enough, I have Dave coming through. Dave is one of the 3 gentlemen that passed. He was trying to come through, and the first time he started telling me, what happened, and he just poof vanished. And I was like, oh crap, thinking, oh, great, what? So fortunately, later, fast forward a couple of hours, he came through, and I said, well, obviously you can tell that I'm able to communicate with you. I explained who I was, and had a YouTube channel, which of course he knows what YouTube is. And I said, it'd be really nice to get to the bottom of this, to find out what exactly happened. Like, things just don't seem right, blah, blah, blah. I said, so can you tell me? He proceeded to say that the 3 of them went over to watch the Kansas City game. And at some point, he said his buddy wanted to go out and smoke. So I don't know if one of them smoked cigarettes or something else or whatever. But he said we all just kind of, we followed him. He said they got outside, and he said he immediately started feeling really sick. And he said something to his buddies that, I just don't feel right. I don't know what's going on. I don't feel right. He said he then heard one of his buddies say, yeah, I kind of don't really feel right either. He said he doesn't know what happened. He's assuming like he passed out or something. And he said he felt like it was a long period of time later. He said, I don't know exactly what time it was. It was still, dark out. So he said, I don't know if I passed out or if I didn't pass out, but, sometime later, he said, I heard someone's voice, and he said it wasn't either one of my 2 buddies that were out there. He said, I can't even tell you who it was. I have no idea. He said, I couldn't see the person. I could just hear them, and they were mumbling something. And he said he wasn't even sure what they said. And he said he tried to say, what are you saying, man? What are you saying? Like, I don't feel good. He said all these things were going through his head. He was trying to tell this person, I need help. Like, I need help here. I'm not feeling right. And he said, then the person stopped talking or mumbling. And he said he did like this maniacal laugh. I said, what's a maniacal laugh to you? And he said, like that kind of laugh. I can't do it like he did it. And he said that the next thing he knows, he wakes up where he is and his buddies are there, and that's that. He said, I've been drunk before and I've tried drugs. And he said, and it didn't make me feel like this. This was a totally different feeling that I'm not aware of. And I said, you know, was it similar to this? Was it similar to that? And then all of a sudden, I was able to feel this feeling. I had this feeling one other time. It was a case where a guy was missing, and I can't remember if it was his girlfriend or best friend. I'm not going to say his name, but she was one of the people responsible for killing him. Okay? And I had this same feeling. So I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know if it's pills, if it's something that was put in their drink, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Some kind of poison, I don't know. But it didn't feel like, I've been drunk before. It didn't feel like that. I smoked the MJ years ago. It didn't feel like that. So I don't know about the other drugs because I've never done done a bunch of the hard drugs and stuff. I'm not sure, but it was definitely like an uncomfortable feeling. Like I had an uncomfortable feeling in my chest. I had like pain in my abdomen. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell it was. I don't know. People that are related to these three guys, whether they're, by marriage or fiance or friends or whatever, they've said that they don't know this guy whose house that their loved ones were found at. So I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like I definitely felt right away when my friend asked me if I'd been contacted by him, and I said no, and she said, have you heard of it? And I said, well, yeah, I kind of heard something. I definitely right away felt that there was somebody else involved. I definitely felt that these guys were impaired in some way. Okay? Now, I will say this. My ex-husband, years ago, we were in Florida, and we were picking up his mom and driving back to West Virginia. And his dad, who was an alcoholic, had went out to the bar, to the Moose Lodge or something like that, gotten drunk, came home, got to the front porch of the house, and couldn't get his house keys out of his pocket because he was so intoxicated. So he laid down on the patio. It was the coldest night that the state of West Virginia had had in a very long time. He froze to death because he was drunk. That enabled the freezing to death. So, do I think these guys froze to death? Yes. Do I think something else aided in them freezing to death? Yes. I hope I'm wrong. But in my opinion, don't sue me because I don't have any money, but in my opinion, this guy that owns the house, he knows a hell of a lot more. And there's something to that. And it doesn't take a freaking psychic to figure that. You know what I mean? Like, just looking in from the outside, come on. Come the hell on. And this guy, Dave, I feel so bad for him and his buddies. Not for them necessarily because they're in a good place. I feel horrible for their families. I mean, I can't imagine, because when my ex-husband's father died, it was so hard to think that he had frozen to death. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, what? It was so hard to deal with that. So I can't even imagine what these families are going through. Like, I can't even imagine. I mean, so, yeah, be nice, be kind, stay safe, stay healthy. And that about does it for me. Bye, guys. Oh, wait, go Chiefs. And hubby, Mr. B, was sick this weekend, so I do apologize for not getting that other video up. I'm going to try to get this one up first, though. Go Chiefs. Bye, guys.